Hey everyone, welcome to Logan's Mosh Pit. Glad to have you here. Do me a favor and please subscribe if you haven't already. Today we're going to do another episode of the Breaking Down Songs series, the place where we take a closer look at some of my favorite songs from all kinds of different bands and analyze the lyrics, because when we do that we gain a deeper appreciation for the music we listen to. If there's a specific band you guys want me to talk about in a future episode of this series, please leave a comment down below. I'll check your feedback. Today we're going to analyze my favorite song by Velvet Revolver. If you're down with Stone Temple Pilots and Guns N' Roses, then Velvet Revolver will be right up your alley. This band should be the promised land for you. Velvet Revolver was a stupendous supergroup composed of Scott Weiland from Stone Temple Pilots and a trio of heavy hitter Guns N' Roses members, including Slash on lead guitar, Duff McKagan handling bass and backing vocals, and Matt Sorum sorted into drums and backing vocals as well, and finally David Kushner from Wasted Youth thriving on rhythm guitar. My dad introduced me to Velvet Revolver a few years ago, and it was a fantastic experience. Unfortunately, they only had time to unveil 2 studio albums, Contraband and Libertad, before Division intervened. Scott Weiland jumped at the chance to head back to Stone Temple Pilots in 2008, and soon after Slash and Duff wandered back to Guns N' Roses. After Weiland died in 2015, it dispelled any potential hopes of something new happening, although they were quite luminescent during their brief stint. Now I would like to inform you what my favorite song is from a pair of killer Velvet Revolver records. From their second and final album, Libertad, I went with She Mine, which sounds like what a caveman would say, to be honest. And off Contraband, their magnum opus, if you ask me. You won't want to play this track in public. I'm talking about Illegal Eye Song. Nearly every chunk of Contraband and Libertad were rock solid, so I'm still not 100% pleased with these choices. I don't think any of their songs are head and shoulders above the rest. They all have something for you to hold dear. Since there are merely 2 choices, there's only one suitable way to decide which song will win. Heads means Illegal Eye Song wins. Tails means She Mine loses. According to the almighty coin, Illegal Eye Song deserves to be champion. So that's the song we will study. Before we straighten out the lyrics, I want to take a moment to refresh your memory on the Contraband album, my favorite Velvet Revolver album, which Illegal Eye Song credits for existing. Contraband dawned in 2004, the same year Friends said goodbye. Like I said, it was VR's debut effort. It jostled 4 singles free: Fall to Pieces, Set Me Free, Slither, and Dirty Little Thing. Overall, Velvet Revolver made a big splash when they strutted onto the scene, left an awesome first impression by going double platinum in the United States, and not only that, Contraband immediately raced up the Billboard Top 200 charts, sitting pretty at peak position. I love the unique song title scheme they started. I mean, you gotta respect a group who reaches deep into their bag of tricks and pulls out Sucker Train Blues and Loving the Alien. Unconventional, yes, but creative, absolutely. The point is, it didn't take long for Velvet Revolver to get noticed by society. Before we unravel Illegal Eye Song, I just want to remind you this is my interpretation of the lyrics. It's my opinion. My opinion might be different from yours, and that's fine. We all hear these songs differently. There's no right or wrong answer here. The song means different things to different people. I might be completely wrong, and I'm okay with that. So let's respect each other's opinions. I'll put a link in the description to Illegal Eye Song if you want to listen to it. Verse 1 starts us off by saying, "One fine day I'll settle down. When you bloody me, I ran aground. With my broken face and fisty cuff, the rest and all their stuff. I don't anymore, I don't anymore." Verse 1 alludes to a person who has been through a lot, went through a difficult period. They must fight for everything they have. Evidently, they don't have a stable way of bringing home the bacon. Rather, they must take whatever they can get their hands on to survive until tomorrow. He got into a heated altercation. Someone injured him badly, and he comes to the realization that there must be another way to obtain whatever he's looking for. The method he currently relies on seems useless, so he wants to try something else that won't be as detrimental to him. Moving on to the chorus. Just look and you'll see me, lying there, lying there. Just look and you'll see me, lying there, lying there. In the chorus, we see this person has a lack of belief in himself or herself. This person makes an ominous prediction that he won't be alive much longer. He will find himself over his head and someone will eventually take him out. He probably doesn't feel any fear about it because it'll be unavoidable, so what's the point of losing sleep? Or perhaps he means that he will constantly lurk in the shadows waiting for another opportunity to strike when he says lying there, lying there. However, based on the tone of Scott's voice in the chorus, that causes me to favor the former possibility. Verse 2 goes, another way, a battleground, a ready teller who makes no sound, keep the money, keep the stuff, fly around the world, and keep it up. Throughout verse 2, our main character puts a new plan into motion. The individual in the song intends to rob a bank, stuff his pockets with as much money as possible. However, the frightened teller delivers less money than he anticipated, nowhere near enough cash to supplement the type of lifestyle he lusts after. In the end, he just says forget it and adds another failure to his list. Then we go back to the chorus again. In the bridge repeats it's killing time on the streets, all hate Sunday 6 times. The bridge pretty much describes the criminal mindset, take out your competitors before they take you out. There are no friends, only enemies. Only the strongest will emerge victorious, come out on top. Everyone has a target on their back, so it pays to be prepared for anything. We've examined the lyrics of a legalized song. Why don't we discuss the mood? When you listen to this song, how does it make you, the listener, feel? Or what type of mood do you get from the people within the lyrics? During the verses, the mood was fired up. You know, I can do anything, get knocked down 9 times, get up 10. Nothing will stand in my way. I can't afford any distractions. Only the reward at the end matters. Then the chorus adopted a completely different style. It took a nosedive into a really deflated attitude. A person who tried everything but nothing worked. For the most memorable line, the line that stood out the most to me was in the chorus, lying there, because it told us where they ended up, broken and ruined, totally at the mercy of the organization. He expected it to happen, he made this prediction, and this terrible prediction actually came true. A few themes peppered in a legalized song were selfishness, urging listeners to only worry about themselves and their own well-being because you're all you've got. Another theme was when one door closes, another door opens. I definitely wouldn't recommend attempting anything this dude did in a legalized song. However, we can infer based on the lyrics. He says, when a plan backfires, it doesn't mean giving up is the only solution. Keep going until you get what you want. The last theme was, like it or not, the world is a very bitter, unforgiving place, so you gotta play your cards right if you want to make it. How about the strengths and weaknesses associated with the song A Legalized Song? Well, lead singer Scott Weiland's vocal gymnastics, for one. He switches between a cocky smirk and a pathetic gasp so effectively you can simultaneously picture the scenes unfolding in your head as they happen. Also, the guitar parts were mind-boggling, as one would expect from this group. Finally, the drumming, which I usually let fade into the background, actually touched me in a legalized song. Props to Matt Sorum, who slammed, rattled, and boomed like a raging storm. His concussive energy laid the foundation for this tune to succeed. Sorum's drumming will practically dislodge your bones, especially in this track. A weakness that stuck out like a sore thumb was the graphic nature of the lyrics. Scott Weiland received writing credits, and going off his precarious personality, it fits him to a T, the unstableness in there. That factoid didn't shock me. Sadly, the lyrics put a disturbing damper on the song, which otherwise was class leading. Finally, on a scale of 1 to 10, how replayable was a legalized song? How often will you want to return to it following your initial introduction? I would give it a 9 out of 10. Only because, like I said, the grotesque nature of the lyrics slightly bothered me. I think they could have reworded it, tacked on some adjustments that would still retain the gist of the message. But as a whole, Velvet Revolver's legalized song was the total package. From the lineup alone, they had a ton of stuff going for them. The stars were in alignment for 3 unforgettable years. Velvet Revolver hit the ground running, deflected growing pains, turned the rock world upside down, and they made mincemeat of the majority of other rock bands looking to topple them. Well, that's all I have for you guys. That does it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate the support. I'll see you next time. Until then, rock on.